White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No, you are not White, Greer, and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White, Greer, and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Bryan Station High School, the final game of the Saturday afternoon semifinals of all of the divisions. We are down to this one. The 8th grade Division II semifinal pits the Knights of Lexington Catholic in the white helmets with the white jerseys, the black pants, the blue numerals, and the Pirates of Belfry in the all-red uniforms with the white helmets and that familiar skull and crossbones on the side of the helmet. Darren Douglas, Mike Meehan, the winner of this one, gets TK Stone in tomorrow's championship game of the Division II playoffs here, Coach.
Listen, we started doing this at 8:30 this morning, and there has not been a dull moment.
We have had some good football.
Excitement after excitement, big plays all the way around. This game right before here, an exciting game that went right down to the end. Just a tremendous offensive juggernaut against another tremendous offensive juggernaut.
So we've got 3 of the 4 championship games set. We have half of this one. The winner of this one is getting TK Stone, the Panthers, out of Elizabethtown, just now completing a thrilling 38-36 win over the Tigers of Hopkinsville. And, Coach, think about how close this was for Hopkinsville to pull this one out at the end, just off an outstretched receiver running down the far side. And A.J. Austin just overthrew him.
Now, information you have that I like to hear real quickly.
Yes, sir.
How did these two teams get here?
Gotcha. That's what I'm looking for. Got it right here in front of me. Lexington Catholic had one of the play-in games in Region 3 at Christian Academy down in Louisville. They knocked off South Oldham 46-0. Then they knocked off the number 1 seed, Barrett, 14-8. And then they knocked off Elkhorn convincingly in the region finals 34-8. Belfry got here by wins over Martin County 42-14. And 30-6 over Bell County. So the Pirates in the championship rounds again here in the semifinals. They just call ahead of time when the football season starts in the middle school ranks. Yeah. They call ahead to Lexington to reserve rooms.
Well, they need a lot of rooms because there's a lot of them here.
They are. And they are now expanding over here in front of us. They're taking up half the stands to our left, and they just continue to stream in the red, and they are loud. The Belfry Pirates across the way, the Knights of Lexington Catholic crowd. This one kicked down, goes out of bounds at the 15, and Belfry will take the football at their own 35-yard line.
35-yard line, good field position. We'll see what they've got going for them here. You have both rosters ready to go?
I have the Catholic one and the Belfry one, yes, sir.
All right, I'm trying to keep up with you, Darren. It's getting late in the night here. We're still enthused about it, but our eyes are getting crossed right now.
Coach, I'm just hitting my second wind.
Oh, well, good for you. William and I are about
If you believe that, I got some swamp land, I'll sell you, Coach. How about that?
Yeah, we've been pushing it. All right, here we go. Belfry Pirates against the Lexington Catholic Knights.
Not only do they have those traditional Belfry Pirate uniforms, they come out in typical Belfry fashion. Double tight ends, the straight wishbone behind their quarterback. They'll turn and give it off on the dive play to the left half, and he'll get 3, maybe 4 on the initial play of the football game. And, Coach, that is what, number 4 for Belfry? Seth Mounts on the carry. Actually, number 5, Caleb Spears, I think is what they said on the carry.
Right.
Mounts should be the quarterback, I believe.
I'll help you out with the
Mounts
glasses.
is the quarterback.
It's a beautiful field here, a beautiful night, but we are pretty far away from the ball when it's on the other hash.
The wishbone formation again. They give it off again to the left half. Breaks a tackle inside the backfield. That is number 5, Spears.
It's number 6.
It's number 6.
Yes,
number 6, Kyle Webb. He gets over the 45 to the 46-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Belfry against the Lexington Catholic defense.
Lexington Catholic's in a 4-man front. They're really, just like the varsity, they like to use that 4-3, sometimes 3-4, but 4-3, and use those linebackers to make a whole lot of tackles.
They turn, they give it off. Belly's second man, and straightened up in the hole is Spears and dropped
number 10
for a short loss. Tackle by number 10 for Lexington Catholic. Colson Perry on the tackle for Lexington Catholic. It'll be 4th down and a long 5.
Colson did a super job of moving up in there, filling the hole, filling the gap, and making the tackle.
And Belfry's going to punt. They thought about it.
Yeah. There's a lot of excitement in the punt game in the 8th grade ranks, let me tell you.
But Belfry decides the better part of Valors, we're going to punt this away. I can't see the number of the punter.
Good snap.
And a good punt. Gets it away, and it'll come down, hit at the Catholic 25, rolls inside the 15, and will roll dead at the Lexington Catholic 13.
Pretty good job. If you like to have a question or have a shout out to Lexington Catholic people watching or Belfry people watching, tweet us at PrepSpin. If you have a question for Darren or me, we can do that through PrepSpin, or you can tweet me at Coach Meehan, MEIGHAN.
A 45-yard punt, no return. Haven't given that because we haven't had too many punts tonight. Catholic pass formation, caught. Coming on the deep dig route across the middle, number 5 for Jackson Klein on the reception from the quarterback, number 3, Joshua Brownell.
Yeah, the quarterbacks for Lexington Catholic are all trained very well. Mark Perry works with the younger group, too, a lot of times.
Clock running, 5:28. They throw a short stick route. Complete again to his receiver, Klein, for a first down.
They're a tempo football team. They'll go quick, and then sometimes they'll line up and then slow it down, look to the sideline for a check with me for a play.
Trips in a bunch formation just outside the tackle. They give it to the running back coming left. Gets around the corner, splits the seam, cuts it back to the middle of the field. 40, 35, 30. Nobody's going to touch him. Touchdown, Lexington Catholic.
Really a nice play. Pass, pass, pass. Quick tempo, run the football.
Luke Haynes, the tailback for Catholic.
Yeah, sometimes what happens, a team like Belfry, they're very aggressive, and they get a little nervous, a little excited early in the game. They need to settle down, take a look at these offensive formations, and be able to cover like they're well coached to do.
5 receivers, 3 to the right side. Throws, intercepted in the end zone. The 2-point conversion is no good. A 69-yard touchdown run by Lexington Catholic's Luke Haynes. Goes for the touchdown, and with 5:02 to play in the first quarter, it's Lexington Catholic 6, Belfry nothing. Back with a kickoff on the PrepSpin Sports Network. Lexington Catholic with a big play on the ground to open the scoring in the nightcap of today's action. And they lead it 6-0 with 5:02 to play in the opening quarter. We have Spears, and I believe that is Webb back deep for the Pirates of Belfry. But an up man has it. This is number, is it 22, Coach? Or 33? You can't tell there. The up man, one of the up man for 16. Brad Lowe for Belfry on the return. Gets it up to the 42-yard line, and Belfry will have the football at their own 42.
Game plan, Dan. Don't get away from your game plan. It's only 6-0.
One thing for sure, if this was the varsity form of Belfry. Yeah, they will actually just ground and pound you. They won't get out of their character too much with just a one-score difference.
Who says that?
A 6-0, a 40-37, 4 minutes 37 seconds to play in the open quarter.
They're all together. They practice on the same field, Coach.
Yeah. It is a wishbone formation. The fullback is about a yard right behind his quarterback. They turn, they give it off. Nope, fake mounts coming around the corner. He runs over a Knight, gets close to midfield. He'll be a couple of yards shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and a long 2, a short 3. Coach, looks like actually 4, closer to 4. They got him to the 48.
A lot of pressure here with the Knights. They like to hit and make contact with the offensive line, the blockers, and fly down the line of scrimmage and make tackles. A lot of times what's successful against a Lexington Catholic team defense is the counters and traps.
And Belfry, has that in their arsenal. Option. Around the corner goes the Belfry running back. This is number 3, Deion Smith, the right halfback. And they usually have that fullback that will just pound you and pound you and pound you. Then they have usually that left half as a back that's a good change of pace from the fullback. And then they have the little back at the right half that's usually the speed burner.
Right,
from Belfry.
Little pitch on the option. And again, I'm looking for a counter or something like that coming back if they get that option going.
Well, I'll tell you, Catholic hasn't seen a lot of option teams. They give it off to the fullback, and he's dropped right in his tracks, maybe at the line of scrimmage, maybe eked out half a yard.
Right, good tackle up there by number 60. No, is it 55?
Maybe 55. That would be Pierce Hall for the Knights of Lexington Catholic. Belfry, one of the few teams, even at the middle school level, that huddles after every play. We're under 3 minutes, 2:55 the clock running, 6-0 Lexington Catholic, but Belfry on the move in Catholic territory. A dive play off to the left side. That would be, again, Caleb Spears or Kyle Webb. They alternate those two at that left halfback spot.
Yeah, that was number 6.
That would be Webb.
Just like you said, Darren, just a simple dive play, but very successful for a short gain there. Now we have 3rd and 6?
Yeah, they actually run 2 different styles of that dive from those halfbacks. They'll run what they call a speed dive, which the quarterback opens to that side of the dive. They turn, they run the option coming this way. Pitch it back to Webb, trying to get around the corner. He does. They're going to be bumped out of bounds at about the 25. He's going to be about a yard short of the first down.
Number 5 again made the tackle, forced him out of bounds.
That is.
It's really hard. Their jerseys are kind of wrinkled in the back.
Yeah, and we've got a roster here that's not numerically in order for the Knights.
Very difficult to read the numbers. I'm sorry. I think it's 5 for sure.
That would be Jackson Klein. 4th and less than 2 for Belfry. A big play here early in this one for the Pirate offense. The quarterback Mounts just drives forward. Still on his feet, still driving. Inside the 20 to the 15. Wow.
That was all Belfry. The offensive line behind the quarterback pushing him. All 3 running backs pushing him forward.
And that just kept driving, and Catholic was trying to hold their ground, but
that used to be illegal in football, but it's legal now. You can't. You can push the runner, but you can't pull him.
Yeah. You know what game changed that rule?
Tell me.
Southern Cal and Notre Dame.
That's true, yeah.
The Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart play. Mounts gives it off to the fullback, and he fumbled the football, but he got it back.
That was close.
I think Mounts was trying to pull it. That's that high-risk offense of that if you're going to run the option of Belfry.
Yeah, Mounts put the ball in his belly and it let it go, but the ball fell out.
And a timeout on the field for an official timeout. Man, the Whitehead, I'm trying to figure out, he's got
yeah, we have an equipment problem.
Maybe
here.
A chin strap that's not completely unbuttoned, but trying to button it. And pretty important guy, the quarterback had it.
Right, number 4.
That's Seth Mounts. Led his ball club here to the state championship as a 7th grader. Back here as an 8th grader. Did Mounts.
Good football team.
There we go. Well, we talked about Bowling Green earlier, and we said the same about Catholic and these two teams, Catholic and Belfry. Good programs from the varsity on down. They break the wishbone this time. Give it to the deep man. That is Webb. He's not going anywhere, and he may lose a yard or 2.
You know what? I bet that they need to probably come back to that quarterback sneak because they're way oversized. Have a size advantage on the defensive lineman for Lexington Catholic. There's some really small players in there on the defensive line for Lexington Catholic. They're quick, but if you can get those big guys rolling forward with those running backs pushing you, they can easily get 5 or 6 yards on every play.
And the way Catholic is aligned, there is no body on the nose. 3rd and 11. They pitch it coming right. Webb with a block out in front of him. He gets one, turns the corner, seeking the goal line, reaches, not there. He's going to be called out of bounds. At about the 2. Going to mark him, I believe, Coach, at the 2, didn't they? Or maybe the 3.
No, it's closer to the 3.
Yeah. It'll be 1st and goal for the Pirates, and they'll let the clock expire probably. Actually, they called him out of bounds, so this will be the last play of the opening quarter. Belfry looking for the equalizer. Catholic leads 6-0. The true wishbone with a wide out to the right side. They give it to the fullback. Just lowers his head. Touchdown, Belfry. And the fullback is number 10 for the Pirates, Brett Coleman. Just put his face mask between the shoulder blades of his center and walked right in.
I tell you, Lexington Catholic's going to have a long game if they can't stop that power running, because it's going to be just like we watched the Lexington Catholic game the other night. Lexington Catholic had to win it at the end because of control of the clock by
They pitch back, sweeping wide right. The two-point conversion is good as Webb goes in. Got a nice block on the edge from his right tackle, Spencer Hensley, to get him into the end zone. So we're through one quarter of play. Belfry takes an 8-6 lead after Catholic takes the early lead. Back with the second quarter here in Lexington on the PrepSpin Sports Network. Back here in Lexington, as we have had a scoring quarter in the first quarter for both teams. Belfry on their second possession take it down and score on a 3-yard run by fullback Brett Coleman, and then the two-point conversion by Kyle Webb. They lead at 8-6 after a touchdown of 69 yards by Luke Haynes for Lexington Catholic. The two-point conversion was no good.
Power offense against explosive offense. Who's going to play defense? That's what we're looking at.
Now, this is a game, really, I think, where Dan Manley's right when you can call it a game of chicken. A ball squibbed on the ground, didn't get that big hop, but recovered by number 11 for Lexington Catholic.
What a pleasure to do this on this gorgeous day here at a wonderful facility here.
We don't have number 11, Coach, on the Catholic roster. So if anybody for Lexington Catholic knows his name, tweet us at PrepSpin to give us his name. Back to throw, complete in the flat. And that is Haynes on the reception out of the backfield.
Not afraid to throw the football, are they?
Nobody. And it'll be...
Jennifer Gillard said best of luck to Aiden Smith.
Out of Belfry. I mean, they got a whole bunch down here, but there are a whole bunch of people back in the mountains having watch parties at a local restaurant as well as the middle school gymnasium. Another complete pass.
Good tackle.
And a nice open field tackle by Mounts. Yeah. And we had a flag come in from the head linesman in the area of holding on that usually.
Not
or
really
blocking the
nice
back one.
Tackle by Mounts. You're right.
Haynes had
the knees up.
Haynes actually had space, and Mounts came in from his inside out from the linebacker position to make the play. A holding call on the Knights, and that's a wide receiver trying to do come back and help us. Running back out of the backfield made a block, and he didn't get there in time. He just reached out and grabbed the Belfry defender trying to get his teammate around the corner. So it came from the spot of infraction. It'll be second down and about 15 for the Knights from their own 41. Rolling left, throwing, and short hops.
Roughing the quarterback.
They're going to get roughing the quarterback.
Yeah, he came in there a little late on the quarterback after he threw it and hit him. They're going to protect these quarterbacks when they can.
They're allowed one, maybe 1.5 steps, but I think even maybe 2, 3 away from the quarterback.
That was pretty bad. Again, Belfry is in a 3-4 defense now. It's really fun to watch. I'm sure Belfry, most of the games they had to play this season, they were playing teams that didn't throw the ball this much. So they haven't used this 3-4 that often. But that means the 3-4 means you're really counting on your down 3 people to put pressure on the quarterback.
And to keep him in the pocket.
Your outside linebackers can help with that.
Mm-hmm.
But, buddy, I'll tell you what, you got those 2 safeties down the field.
15-yard penalty out of the pistol formation. They give it to Haynes, the lone running back in the backfield, and he stopped after a yard gain by number 44 for the Belfry Pirates, Japheth Robertson. And guess what? The young man's name? By now, looking at him physically, Truck.
Yeah, Truck.
Aptly named.
Yeah, the nickname Truck. We love it.
And he looks every bit. He looks like more like a bulldozer, though. Very low center of gravity, well put together young man. They bring Haynes in motion. They roll the pocket, throwing to the sidelines. Caught. Near a first down. He probably has it. Looks like he's at the 32. That's complete to number 5.
Super quarterback.
Jackson Klein.
This day I've seen wonderful quarterbacks. This is the best quarterback we've seen throwing on the run.
So about a 10-yard out for Klein and the pitch and catch with his quarterback, Brownell. And the defensive end jumps off sides for Belfry, gives them an extra 5, gives them a free 5. So it'll be 1st and 5 for the Knights of Lexington Catholic. 6:26 to play in the first half. Belfry leads it 8-6. The winner of this one gets TK Stone. And whichever one comes out in this one victorious, Coach, I think that game, which will be the nightcap tomorrow, the 4th game, wow.
6:26 to go, and they're driving the football.
We have receivers both left and right, the tight end to the right. Backs on either side of Brownell. This is Haynes. Nice block. He gives a stiff arm. 5. Reaches for the pylon. Does he get there?
No.
Nope. Out at the 1.
Okay, now I'm going to make this call. I'm going to see that again. I'm disappointed in these officials. They're not keeping up with the play. That official needs to get down there on the goal line so he can see this call.
No question, he got the ball on the inside of the pylon. I think maybe, though, that right foot may have hit the sideline. Maybe. Let's check it. No, did not.
I think he scored. I think the official was out of position.
It'll be 1st and goal for the Knights, though, at the 2. They give it off to Haynes. Drop for a loss in the backfield. Mounts. The linebacker.
I don't know if they like Brownell to run the football, but, easily on these handoffs, he could bounce backside with it and have a little bootleg fake.
Maybe do a little zone read?
Yeah, zone read, or just throw the ball out there to the wide receiver.
It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3 for the Knights.
Boy, I tell you what, I'm disappointed. I thought that was a touchdown for sure.
5:50 and the clock running here in the nightcap of this one. It's been a long day for Coach Mike Meehan and I, but we've enjoyed every minute of it. They turn, give it off to the deep man, and nothing doing. The defensive line for Belfry reestablished the line of scrimmage in the Catholic backfield that time.
Yep.
They gave it to number 10.
Dance with the girl you took to the date. They got the ball down there throwing the football.
Yep, Colson
Let's
Perry.
throw the football.
That's totally out of character for Lexington Catholic, trying to play power against a power football team.
Yeah. They've been really successful throwing the football.
Yep. It'll be 3rd and goal. Brownell rolling, throws, caught. Touchdown, Lexington Catholic.
Yep, they can't stop those passes. They have too many receivers that they can put in the routes. Lexington Catholic, they run a hybrid form of what they call a system offense. A system was started a long time ago. Hal Mummy ran that stuff. I learned it at Lexington Christian Academy. But theirs is a little hybrid of it. They've made some changes. They like to run levels patterns. They like to have somebody deep, somebody short. A lot of bootleg stuff, sprint out stuff with the quarterbacks.
12-8 Catholic going for 2 with 5:07 to play. They have trip receivers to the near side. One back to the far side. And Klein just behind the quarterback, Brunell. Drops, looking for the slant, throws it down, and did he come up with it? No. Intended for number 10, Colson Perry. And that one looked like Brunell may have lost control of it, Coach, when he let it go.
Yeah, threw it a little low. It's really a good idea to throw that slant in the end zone low, so it doesn't bounce off the defender's hand or give a defensive man time to jump in there and get it. But you want to throw that thing about thigh high. He threw that about ankle high. It just was too low. Nice drive, though, for a touchdown.
Looks like he may have dropped down 2 to 3/4 instead of throwing that more over the top like you like to have quarterbacks throw, correct?
Possibly, yes. It's tough. You got a big old man standing in front of you, 8th graders, but these guys are big.
Yeah. 12-8 in favor of Catholic right now.
5:07
to go in the first half. What has been so far a very entertaining ball game. And the game before this one, according to our viewers out there who were tweeting in, may be the game of the day so far. TK Stone, an exciting 38-36 victor over the Tigers of Hoptown. The winner of this one gets that winner. They'll squib it. Takes a high hop to the man at the 35. Looking for room. Can't get too much room, but he gets a 5-yard return to the 40.
He did a good job of fielding the ball. Probably been a good idea, an up back like that, to get down with it, but that was a good job.
That's Brad Lowe again for the Pirates on the return.
Let's see if the Pirates can mount another drive. A super job of running the football.
Yeah, they.
Ashurst says, shout out to Brett Coleman on the touchdown.
Brett Coleman on the reception. It's a touchdown for
John Ashford, watching on PrepSpin.
Have a whole lot of people in the previous game watching on their iPhones in front of us. And down in Belfry, they pitch it back. Here's the speed man in that backfield for Belfry. He got a great block coming around the edge from his left halfback, Caleb Spears. That is Deion Smith. And a first down for Belfry into Catholic territory at the 48-yard line of the Knights.
Number 10 came out to make that tackle for the Knights. Nice job of saving a long game.
Yeah, that is Colson Perry for the Knights. They give it to the full. Actually, that's a dive play again. That's
from a wing formation. Yeah. That's a nice play.
Deion Smith, that's a little trap play that you're talking about that they
I like it.
Run, and they run that about as well as any strictly running football team in, I know, the state of Kentucky and maybe the country.
Yeah, they run it very well. Blocked really well.
4:30, the clock moving. 12-8, Lexington Catholic. They have got 10 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage to the Knights. Spears, big hole, left side to the 20.
Good blocking in there. Number 75, a good job.
75 is Spencer Henley.
6'8", or 68, a nice job.
68, we don't have one on the bill. 69, don't have that one on it. Maybe 59, Aiden Smith. Yeah.
59. And 61, the center.
Yeah, 61, that is Cameron Hensley.
Nice job.
They wing back to the right, broke the wishbone. They give it to Spears. Actually, that's number 18, I believe, into the ball game as a left half there for
number 6 ran the football.
That's Kyle Webb again.
He's pounding it up in there.
And now Belfry breaking that traditional wishbone a little bit and going with wingbacks to one side or the other.
Yeah, that wing, they're in foot-to-foot with the offensive line. And that wing, we used to call that a short back because he's not quite outside the end. He's basically stacked in there as a blocker.
Right behind the tackle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or maybe the tight end. He's coming right behind the tight end. He's actually going to be right between
He's an
the hip of the tackle and the tight end. They give it again to number 5 this time. That's Spears. He'll get the first down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for the Pirates with 3:13 to play in the quarter.
There, number 78 for the Catholic Knights is playing really good on defense here.
78. Take me a minute to find him, Coach. I have a 77 and a 75 and a 74. I don't have a 78.
I'll look for it. They have their jerseys rolled up where they fold up where it's hard to tell, but I'm going to watch for them. So.
Okay.
We've got to give him some credit.
Same formation again. They bring him in motion this time. Give it to Spears. Cuts it back off that block. Fighting inside. He'll get down to the 6. It'll be second and goal after a gain of 3 by Spears.
That person I was talking about is number 70.
Number 70 for the Knights of Catholic. Now, I know I just mentioned his number, and here he is, Michael Pitts.
Right, and 14 got in on that tackle. So
that is Jack Powell. They go back to the traditional wishbone. Tight end to the right. The other one flexed out to the left. They give it off. And he missed the hole. You saw him maybe flashing into your screen. The ball boys for Belfry, they had hands up for a touchdown.
Yeah,
but if Deion Smith cuts it back to his right, there was a crease to get him in there.
Yeah, he didn't get his shoulder square. He's running toward the sideline. Again, I'm looking for that quarterback sneak is what I'm looking for. Heck, they're getting 5 yards when they ran it before. 1 minute and 45 seconds to go in this second quarter.
And third and goal from just inside the 5 for Belfry. This is 2-down territory if you're a Pirate. Mounts takes it, goes right, cuts it back in, dives for the goal line. No signal yet. Going to be just shy.
Right shy of the goal line.
He left his feet and dove for the goal line. He came up just short. He's at the half-yard line.
I believe we're going to see the quarterback sneak here.
Do you think?
I think so.
And timeout Belfry, I think. Nope. Mount's going to come over and get the call directly from the coach.
1 minute and 9 seconds to go in the half.
Belfry looking for the go-ahead score. They trail 12-8. Mounts brings them up. Split out to the right side. To the left. Mounts, touchdown, Belfry.
Better job by Catholic there.
And a late flag in from the white cap of the officiating crew. The head man threw a late flag. Touchdown stands, dead ball, personal foul on Belfry.
So the touchdown stands.
And he's going to come over and explain that one of the linemen shoved a Catholic player back to the ground who was trying to get up.
Referee saying off the field.
Well, he actually walked over to explain, and now the coach came out to maybe get a more clear explanation where you can hear. And then he gives an order, a dead ball, personal foul. Now, Catholic will probably take the penalty on the kickoff.
Well, they're taking it on the extra point, 2-point conversion.
Interesting.
I think.
Thought they might take it with 53.3 seconds. If they take it on the kickoff, they're kicking from the 25 instead of the 40.
Yeah, but look at the score.
Mm-hmm.
You know, taking away, not giving them a 2-point conversion would be very, very beneficial right here.
True. I think either way, it's just how you feel comfortable, I guess, huh?
I'm not real sure whether you have a choice on a dead ball.
Well, it was a dead ball, and I think you can. They're asking for the chains to go down, on the far side. It'll be Belfry for the 2-point conversion from the 18. 9 men within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage for Catholic. They run the option. Mounts coming left, pitches back to Smith, bounces straight up, and goes out of bounds. Yeah. He had an alley if he could have caught the pitch cleanly. And it was a pretty good one from Mounts.
Yeah, but that's a tough situation to be in.
Yep, for Belfry, especially when they don't like to throw it very much.
It's basically like having 4th and long.
Yep.
For an important point, and they don't have a play in their playbook for it, probably.
Well, you want to keep it right here? We want to take a commercial break. Keep it right here. 53.3 seconds to play in the opening half. It's been entertaining, like the game prior to it, Coach. We've had some good games today.
And when you have a team like Catholic right now, 53 seconds, that's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
They can do a lot of things. I'm just surprised again. I don't know. If you have a kicker, kick the ball down the field, you know?
I agree.
These short kicks, he's giving the other team that's explosive the ball in good field position. That always bothers me, but, again, that seems to be what these middle school teams like to do.
Kind of putting the onus on your defense, isn't it?
Right, yeah.
A huge onus. I have lost one of my brackets, Coach. I don't know where it went. We'll figure out later. So Belfry now leads 14-12 with 53.3 to play. Catholic will get the football here at the end of the first half, and they get the opening kickoff of the second half as well. So they approach it. They kick it long in basically in no man's land. It bounces at the 28, picked up by one of the deep men. Has an alley to the right. Looking for space. He'll cut it back, gets over midfield, and great starting position for the Knights of Catholic at the Belfry 48.
Right, 41.8 seconds to go in this half. And
Catholic with all three timeouts.
All three timeouts, so they're in a good position right here.
The return man was number 10, Colson Perry for the Knights. Colson Perry. I want to thank White, Greer, and Maggard, our title sponsor on the PrepSpin Network, for all they do for sports with us here. They'll roll the pocket to the right, throw down the middle, looking for the man, off his hands, incomplete.
Yeah, that should have been an interference call, actually. The receiver was shoved from behind. But again, I don't think the official was in a position to see that.
Yeah, the back judge backpedaling is going to be tough to maybe
it's tough.
See that.
It's a tough situation. Yeah,
and they had two receivers in the neighborhood for Catholic, almost in the same area, about 4 or 5 yards apart, too. Brownell, a nice job of rolling the pocket. They don't keep him in the pocket too much. They'll roll him to one side or the other.
Yeah, he's kind of short, and it's really important to get him out where he can see.
Three receivers here to the near side. Brownell, they drop back straight in the pocket. Throws across the middle. Receiver falls down. Trying to make a cut. Looks like his feet just went out from under him, and an interception right through the hands of the Belfry defender was number 18, Logan Maynard.
Lexington Catholic getting a little careless here.
Getting a little greedy, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Well, getting a little impatient is a better word instead of greedy.
Okay.
Trying to get the ball too deeply down the field. They've got crossing routes, underneath routes, and screens that they can run in these situations.
And his hip on cue. Coach turns around with the red towel, waves it, wants noise from his supporters, and he gets it here on the near side. If you can't hear us, it's the Belfry crowd in front of us. Brownell rolling right, looking deep. In pursuit, he throws, intercepted, but it'll be out of bounds. Intercepted by number 21, Elijah Fields.
Not much you can do there.
On Pond Creek.
Pond Creek, yeah. Amy Swinney says, thanks for covering the game for the people on Pond Creek. Oh, I'd love to be at Pond Creek.
Well, Amy, you won't believe this, but I have heard of Pond Creek, believe it or not.
I'd like to know if there's any fishing going on down there.
Catholic's going to punt here with 21 seconds exactly left. Haynes trying to pooch it down deep, and he didn't get it deep enough as he wanted it. It'll roll out of bounds, I believe, at the Belfry 29.
With 16 seconds
to go. 16.8 seconds to play in the first half, I should say. I'm saying the quarter. It's the second quarter.
Right, second quarter.
Belfry leads at 14-12.
Pretty good stop there by Belfry. Real good defense on that. Again, I think Lexington Catholic got a little bit impatient. They tried to get the ball too fast down the field, too far.
These two teams met early in the season, and West Cath won 30-22.
Good ball game. Was that in Lexington or was that at Belfry? I don't know.
Yeah, these two teams met early in the season, William said, if you didn't hear it, and Lexington Catholic won the game 30-22. So this is definitely a rival game.
16.8 seconds to go. They have the wing back on the right side. They bring him in motion. Give it to Smith. Stiff arms. Crease. And almost, if not for Haynes, with a good open field tackle. Actually, that's 34, not 32 for Lexington Catholic. 34 is Jackson Corbett, who made the touchdown saving tackle with 11 seconds to go in the first half. Belfry uses a timeout.
Now here's where does Belfry in their playbook have some sort of trick play here? You call timeout normally and with 11 seconds to go, if you're a power team, you don't call timeout to run the same power back.
Correct.
But you do call timeout to run maybe an option pitch and the pitch man throw the football or some kind of a reverse pass or whatever.
Well, Coach, I do know they do have a pass play in the book. It's a seam pattern to the tight end. So how many times have you seen Belfry throw a pass to the tight end?
Yeah.
Not very many.
No,
And that's at all levels of Belfry Pirate football. So if you're a defensive end or a outside linebacker, you have to hit the tight end before he gets off the line of scrimmage, not allowing him a clean break.
Like Gary Ball says, tight end's always open.
Always open. Who told him that? Was that Jacob Tammy that told him that he was always open?
I don't know.
Doesn't sound like Jacob, but I can see a tight end saying he's always open, correct? And Jacob seemed to be always open, huh?
Oh,
illegal
motion.
procedure coming up on the left half. That was Spears. Was in Lexington? I assume at Lexington Catholic, I assume.
Lexington Catholic got a fumble.
They got a fumble, and the ball turned over with 3.9. It was going to be an illegal shift on Belfry, I do believe.
Right, and what happened here on this play was Belfry jumped, and when they did, they thought the play was dead. They didn't. It was like an illegal shift.
That's an illegal motion.
They kind of stopped, whereas Lexington Catholic went full speed and knocked the ball loose.
Now, Coach, correct me if I'm wrong. Illegal motion is not a blown dead ball, dead foul immediately.
No.
Okay?
Well,
legal procedure is.
Right.
But a legal motion is not.
Right.
3.9 to play. Catholic with another chance. And they're going to call timeout. I don't think the signal from the sideline was getting to Brownell at time directly.
Right. Yeah, and a lot of people were wondering why that wasn't a blown dead. Well, when a running back steps forward as the ball or right before the ball is being snapped, that could be called motion. You know, he could be going in motion. Take a step forward and then go across. As soon as the ball was snapped, though, the play has to go. So if the guy stepped forward, that's an illegal motion penalty or on that. You just can't do it. A lot of teams from a wishbone look will take that step forward so they can motion in front of the fullback.
Well, we've seen also teams out of that shotgun formation with the back to either side of the quarterback do the same thing.
Right. You motion on offense. There's two reasons you motion. Number one is to see if the other team's in man-to-man. That's what passing teams do.
Look at the defensive formation from Belfry right now. They've got 8 defensive backs right now, and they're going to actually creep up the two of the defensive backs into the outside linebacker spots. They run it with Haynes. They're looking for the halfback pass. He throws long, just out of reach of the receiver. We have a flag on the play. Personal foul, roughing the passer.
That's an extra dead play.
And we'll get one untimed down.
Yes, we will. Roughing the passer, it'll be a 15-yard penalty and a untimed play at the end of this half.
And if I caught it, it's not the fact that he hit him late. He went to the face with the hands.
Yeah.
If I saw it right out of the corner of my eye while following the flight of the football. So a one-play untimed down because of a defensive penalty. And Catholic will put the football in play at the Belfry 23. Now, if you're Catholic, I know you want a touchdown right here before halftime, Coach, but would a screenplay be in order here?
Yeah, you can run screen. You got something up your sleeve. They tried a little trick play there, little halfback pass. They had the advantage, obviously, on the penalty. But to tell you the truth, they've got to isolate somebody, maybe backside, and break somebody open. Probably throw for the end zone. Pond Creek. I want to see where. I want to go home and look at my.
Tell you what, if the young lady has a picture of the area she is tweeting from, send it to us. Belfry, Belfry is in Belfry, but Pond Creek is probably a little bit outside there. Wish she would send a picture. I'd love to see a picture of that if she's got one. I know she's watching and listening to us, so wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't have a picture of her backyard out there. You know what I'm saying? Probably gorgeous. So one untimed down after the personal foul roughing the passer for Belfry against Lexington Catholic. Brownell in the shotgun. Haynes behind him. They run the wheel route to Haynes, looking for him, throws it out there. He's got it, but he's going to be stopped at the 5. Boy, the outside linebacker lost him. A nice throw from Brownell. But the ball kind of hung up a little bit on Brownell. If he hits Haynes in stride, that might be 6.
But honestly, I think Brownell, that was all he could give. He just threw that ball as hard and as far as he could.
Through 16 minutes of action, it's Belfry 14, Lexington Catholic 12. Coach Meehan and I are going to take a little break and rest as we take halftime here of Lexington Catholic and Belfry in the Kentucky Middle School Football Association state playoffs.
White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White, Greer, and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White, Greer, and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Welcome back to Bryan Station High School. We're at halftime of the Division II 8th grade state semifinal game between Lexington Catholic and Belfry. And Coach Mike Me and Darren Douglas here with him. And, Coach, we've got number 2 brewing in this 8th grade Division II semifinal. The first game was an incredible game, came down to the final play of regulation. This one has the makings of about the same thing.
We're getting a lot of tweets and pictures of the Belfry area, Pond Creek area, and we really appreciate that. The King of Stream here, William Warfield, just looked at me and said, one night, we will be happy to come down next fall and do a game at Belfry. At Belfry. And
well, I want in on that one. I want that trip down to Belfry because I want to find – I'll be a sideline reporter. I'll gladly go down. I know I don't look like Kaylee Hartung.
Yeah, we want to do the whole thing. We'll be homers for you.
Do it on a Saturday, and we'll definitely come down for sure. Yeah. William, tell our folks out there, how many cameras is this program that you have capable of running at one time?
I mean, we can do
up to 8 cameras. Folks, that is a professional television broadcast.
You guys work it out down
on
there.
On the worldwide stream.
And get in touch via Twitter at PrepSpin. And
you'll talk directly to William Warfield, the owner, operator, founder of PrepSpin.
I was born a Yankee, but you got to understand I was born in Western PA. Western PA is part of that whole chain of mountains too. And,
right down the Appalachian Trail.
Absolutely love it. Love the scenery.
Coach, have you ever hiked the Appalachian Trail? I have not. I have a cousin who has done it twice.
No, too many bears, man.
He has done it twice, and said his closest encounter with a bear, he was about 10 yards from it. Belfry kicking off, moving right to left here in the third quarter. He kicked it deep, and it comes down at the 25. Up over the 30, the 35. That is Haynes, and he tripped over a couple of guys laying down, one Pirate and one Knight. Laying down, he tripped over them trying to cut it out to the right side, but the Knights have good field position.
A pretty good play by number 32 for the Pirates on the tackle there.
Now, he was one of the players laying down. That was Michael Coleman. Didn't see the Knight who was laying down there with him. But good field position starting out the second half for the Knights of Lexington Catholic.
Lexington Catholic likes to spread the field here and throw the football.
We have another discussion.
Oh,
boy. Are we sure we're in Lexington, Kentucky and not Washington, D.C., Coach?
Yeah,
I know it's election time.
There's a major discussion going on between.
And we're about, 11 days or 10 days out from the national election here in the United States.
Boy, this is quite a discussion, too.
Looks like the headlinesman is doing most of the talking on the far side. He's going to sprint to the other end. I don't know what we got going on down here. Looks like we're going to rotate. And actually, we may be having a discussion about the cowbells here on the near side for the Pirates of Belfry. They're not.
I don't know what's
going on.
I
don't know if there's a
second
rule.
Game did that happen?
I don't know if there's a rule against the cowbells. I've been to several places who have had them as well.
I don't think so. No, let them ring the doggone thing. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it's
let them go.
Group of
parents
and fans
shake those milk cartons with pennies in them, and as long as they don't have those horns like they do in South America for those soccer games.
All those daggone plastic horns.
Whatever they are.
I don't know what they call it.
Because those are just a constant sound.
The tight end is on the right side. We have a receiver to the right, one back to the left. Twin backs in the backfield on either side. Here is Haynes trying to get away from the defender in the backfield for the Pirates of Belfry, and Coach Japheth Robinson. Well, I'm just going to call him Truck, as his sister said.
The Truck, baby.
On the back of her T-shirt here, Truck's sister. They are talking about the cowbells here in Lexington. They give it off on the short route to, what number is that, 5?
I believe so. Gosh, come on. Come on, ref. Cowbells ain't going to hurt anybody.
That would be Jackson Klein. Well, the Belfry fans now taking a stomping on the middle bleachers. You're letting two crowds, Catholic fans making as much racket across the way as well. This is a good football environment. He had the first down and gave up yardage trying to get more. And that is number 6 for Catholic, Carson Cottle. He had the first down right at the sticks.
That's number 5, buddy.
Is that number 5?
Yes.
Okay, that would be Klein again.
Yes, that's Klein.
You're right. Boy, those numbers are kind of bunched up on the back there a little bit.
A little silky jersey, and he kind of bunches up on you. 4th down. This is a big down. Big down for the Knights.
4th and 2 for the Knights. Brownell will go up under center, and
no,
he gets the nose guard to jump off sides.
Shout out for female kicker Kinsey Menard, number 33 of Belfry.
Yeah, Kinsey Menard, the kicker for Belfry.
Yeah, shout out to the young lady kicker for Belfry.
Kinsey Maynard's what I have on my roster.
Menard, yes.
Yeah, so number 33. I don't think she's been on the field quite just yet for Belfry. Under 6 minutes to play. Catholic with the football in Belfry territory.
Boy,
Haynes.
They close fast.
Boy, that was a stretch play. Or actually that zone play, and Haynes couldn't get free of the tackle, and I believe that was Mounts again from his linebacker spot.
Well, Mounts and a host of other tacklers. Lexington Catholic, they're not the best running team, but they're very successful throwing the football.
5.5 to play in the third. Nobody scored here in the second. Swing it out in the flat to Haynes with space. Cuts out, got a blocker, but he's grabbed by the shirt tail and pulled down by, I believe that was number 6, Kyle Webb.
Kyle Webb got him, and boy, I tell you what, he was heading for the first down. It's 3rd and what, about 3 or about 4? 3 or 4?
Yeah, closer to 4 probably, Coach.
I'm going to say 3.
And he grabbed him just by the shirt tail there as he was about to split Webb and the cornerback on the far side. They give it off to the lone tailback. Maybe a yard. Possibly squeezed out 2.
Playing really well in there, big number 75 or 79. I tell you what, he's slanting from that inside position across and making tackles.
4th down and 3. Jacob Thorsberry, who he's talking about for Belfry. That was Perry on the carry for the Knights. Brownell waiting for the play from the coaching staff, still looking at their play card over there. And I think they may have to burn a timeout, taking a lot of time. Back judge looking at his wristwatch. They give it off to Perry. Bounces it outside. 1st down and more for the Knights. Breaks a tackle inside the 15, inside the 10. Looking for the goal line.
Short.
Going to be stopped at the 1.
Slammed down at about the 1-yard line. That time he didn't get in the end zone. One of the times before I thought he did. Boy, the tempo is amazing. Lexington Catholic gets up to the line of scrimmage. They take time getting the play in sometimes, but they get up to the line of scrimmage quickly.
And that play was actually designed to go right behind the tackle. And Perry bounced it outside and found some room, and then really nice, nifty running in open space.
Yeah, I think what happened, by the way, on the cowbell rule, I think that came from the people that run this tournament, not the referees.
Okay. It'll be 1st and goal from the 2. Brownell rolling right, looks, throws, incomplete.
Yeah, tough situation on 1st down. Although I'm not disagreeing with that call. On 1st down, a good passing team, yes, go ahead and throw the ball on 1st down. They're expecting you to run it normally. 2nd down's a really key down when you're down here.
It'll be 2nd down and goal from just outside the 2. For the Knights of Lexington Catholic, who trail it 14-12, 3:42 to play in the third. Again, a long time, the play getting in from the sideline to Brownell, who relays it to his teammates. Empty backfield. Brownell throws across the middle, incomplete, off the hands of his intended receiver.
Bro, Brownell put some zip on the pill, doesn't he? Mm-hmm. That ball's thrown 100 miles an hour in there.
That was a good catchable ball,
Ooh,
too, he gave his receiver, and I think that was 34. Jackson Corbett.
They're in the same situation that a lot of spread teams have. They don't have that power back when they get down close to the goal line. And their quarterback's not a big, hard, tough runner to get on the quarterback sneak.
3rd and goal from the 2. Brownell up under center this time with Haynes behind him. They give it to him. Tries to bounce. That's actually Perry.
And he gets in.
And he'll walk in for the touchdown.
Yeah, that was a nice play. Looked like a little counter bend back, wasn't it, to the backside?
Well, it looked like they pulled the left guard around and blocked down with the tackle.
Yeah.
And then Perry bounced off a defender in the hole and went in for the touchdown. 18-14 Catholic with 3:33 to play. The 2-point conversion coming from the Knights. This is all important according to Coach Meehan. He'll
absolutely
make it a 4-point game to a 6-point game. Brownell looking, throws into traffic in 78 for Belfry. Got his hand up and knocked it. Actually, that's 78 or 79.
Well, it could be either one, but I'm telling you what.
That's 79.
Brownell's got to roll out on those plays. He's just too short to stand in and throw over those people, and he's extremely good at rolling out, especially to his right.
Jacoby Thornsberry's the guy who got his hand up. Couldn't get it's amazing how these middle school players, Coach, are very well coached. The defensive linemen, even if you can't get to the quarterback and put pressure on, if you see him getting ready to release the pass, get your hands up.
Yeah, you should know if you can't get there. It's 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and we have another barn burner here, buddy.
Yes, sir, and this has been well worth the wait, Coach. The last 2 games of this one, we are at 14 minutes to 11. We have been here 15 hours, Coach.
That's all right. I'm having a good time.
Very enjoyable time. What else have we done? Been sitting home on the couch watching football, huh?
Yeah, that's probably it. Watch the UK game, then whatever game's going on tonight. I've got the CBS Sports Network on my dish.
Well, I did have a couple scores over here. Ohio State escapes in Columbus over Northwestern by 4.
Oh, boy.
Then Wisconsin knocks off undefeated Nebraska in overtime, 40-37. This one kicked down the left side. High bounce at the 20, looking for blockers. In space, and he's straightened up at about the 28-yard line.
Really good job of coverage. Nice kick down the field, not that short little pooch kick. Kick down the field, pretty good coverage here. So Belfry with 3 minutes and 25 seconds here. They can see if they can mount a drive and answer. They've been answering.
That was Caleb Spears on the return for the Pirates of Belfry. Didn't see who the tackle was made by, but it was a really good open field form tackle, too, for the Knights. And Belfry will come out with that wishbone look, the true wishbone, with a wide out to the left, the near side, the tight end back to the right side. We have an official's timeout for a Knight player to tie his shoe and now put his gloves back on.
A lot of pressure right now on the Lexington Catholic Knights defense to stop one of these drives that Belfry has.
The wishbone formation behind mounts the quarterback. He turns, belly second man to the left tailback, and he was a whisker away from breaking that one, Coach.
Yeah, that's a very, very good play for the wishbone offense. I know, Darren, we both have seen that play over and over. The belly second man through could be one of the best plays in the offense.
The guy who made that famous here in high school football in Lexington was the coach at Southwestern. Before that, way back at Mercer County, then at Meade County.
Yeah.
Then over at Boyle County for a few years. Young man for Catholic had his helmet come off, so he has to take a break there for the Knights for a play. Larry French. They go the other way this time. In space, 40, 35, 30, 15, 10, 5. No flags. Touchdown, Belfry. Wow.
You're going to bust one of those every once in a while. I'll tell you what, you really are.
And it was the exact same play, this time to the left side, and a huge hole. And that was Kyle Webb, who goes 62 yards for the touchdown. Belfry seesaws back out on top.
Gives our offensive lineman again 75.
76.
Yeah, 59.
76. We don't have his name for Belfry, so if somebody's watching at home in Belfry, and
I don't think it's
let us know.
Yeah,
76. I think it's the big tackle. I do believe that might be. If that's 75. It's Spencer Helton. They give it off to Spears. Goes behind his fullback, and that's actually Webb. Spears was the fullback leading and got a nice kick-out block on the outside linebacker for the Knights in Belfry.
Yeah, the big guys are 74 and 75.
Yeah, back out on top, 22-18. We're going to have to take 30 seconds, Coach, to get our breath. Belfry back out on top, and another good one. By 4, 22-18. Back with more of this exciting middle school state semifinal, Division II on PrepSpin.
White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
Back to action we come. The kickoff coming from Belfry. A pooch kick here to the near side. Fielded on the fly by Perry, I believe that is. And he's drugged down by the shirt tail. And I believe that's number 12 for Belfry, Cody Hayes on the tackle. And that was Perry on the Josh Bazin. Okay, so Josh, we have your name and number now. So 76. How do you spell that last name, William?
Spell it phonetically.
Okay. Coach, you're the English teacher in here. I'm not. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the short side, the right side. Haynes behind the quarterback, Brownell. He'll throw. He pumps, looking deep. He has a man running free. Doesn't seem. Now throws underneath. Completes his pass, and I believe that is number 5, or is that number 6 for Knights? I couldn't tell, Coach.
Yeah, it's way over on the other side.
Way on the other side of the field, and those numbers are kind of light.
Yeah, that looked like.
Number 5. And that seems to be his favorite target tonight, Jackson Klein.
Looks like number 2 to me.
Actually, number 2, well, that would be Dylan Bracken on the catch. Brownell, deep drop, looking for a swing pass. Has Haynes in the flat, and he is drilled right where he almost caught the football. Had a chance to take a step and turn around and look. And staring him in the face was number 4, Seth Mounts.
Good job of recovering and getting over to make the tackle by Mounts. Again, that's a loss on the play. Lexington Catholic doesn't want to get behind the chains again. I mean, this is not good for this team. Again, it's second down. They don't need to be in a hurry.
That's a loss of about 8, isn't it, Coach?
Right. They can get both of these.
A minute 50, clock running in the third. A 4-point advantage. They give it off to Haynes on the draw. Looking for space. Cuts it up inside. Belfry there. Got about 4. It'll be 4th and long for the Knights.
Third down, I believe, right?
I don't know. Is it 3rd or 4th? I wish they would get it. It is 3rd. Right. So 3rd and about 12. Didn't see who was on the tackle for the red-clad Pirates over there.
Subs came in for the Pirates.
And now 34, that is Jackson Corbett running in. Can't hear the play call from out of his position. Trips here to the near side. Tight end back to the far side. They're going to look downfield. Brownell, deep drop, gives more ground, throws it up for grabs. Caught! And a first down for Lexington Catholic inside the Belfry 30.
Brownell's interesting. He's throwing off his back foot, and he's still throwing the ball 30 yards down the field.
That was the wide route here on the wide side. Jackson Corbett, he ran a deep drag route. He continued to come, or a hunt route, as you like to call it, about 10 yards, came all the way across the field. And it's 1st and 10 for Belfry. Or excuse me, Catholic at the Belfry 30. Brownell rolling, has a man deep. Caught. Touchdown, Lexington Catholic.
Boy, they're trying to. The Pirates are desperately trying to run this 3-4 defense, a good pass defense. But I swear, I don't think they've seen this type of pass offense for a long time. And they're just struggling in their zones, keeping up with the ball, the players.
Maybe the only team in that area at the middle school level that runs something similar might be Pikeville.
Yeah, well, maybe, but Lexington Catholic runs that system, and they run it to perfection, and their tempo is getting them. You know, when they come up and get down the line of scrimmage quickly, and you have to line up quickly in your defense.
Right. Catholic back up by 2, 24-22 with 50.1 to play in the third quarter.
You got to keep making these 2-point conversions. It'll catch up to you in the end if you don't.
They give it up. Nope, fake it to Haynes. Brownwell not incomplete. Looking for, who was that? The receiver went out of view. That was number 5 for the Knights, Jackson Klein. He had a couple receivers in the area. He had one running the medium route back in the middle of the end zone, and Klein running right along the goal line.
That's one of the little weakness Burnell has. When you're down on the goal line and it's a 2-point conversion, you cannot intercept it running back. There's no reason not to put the ball near the receiver.
So you're trying to say just trying to fit it in even a tight window.
Right,
there.
Absolutely. Give your receiver an opportunity to catch the
football. Now let me ask you this, Coach. You have the pro level who has that rule where you can run back a conversion, and you can also at the college level, at all levels of the collegiate level. Are you surprised it hasn't made its way down yet to the high school level?
I'm not surprised. It takes a while usually. The officials and they're just so concerned about any extra play, you know,
right.
that they don't like to put anything new in. For instance, you know, in high school and middle school, when the ball goes into the end zone, you can't run the kickoff back once you cross the end line. And I don't understand.
Now I can see that one maybe more so.
Safety,
yeah,
but they're catching it on the one and running it back.
True. I mean, I can understand if you have a great kicker, that's a weapon in the high school ranks as well. This one kicked on a line drive. It hits at the Belfry 30 and picked up by the deep man, and he's going to try to get the corner, and then a tremendous collision at 88. The 35. That was Caleb Spears, and then 88, Jack Malley for Catholic. That was probably the best collision we had in this game so far.
Jack just ran right through him and knocked him out of bounds. That was a really good tackle.
So Belfry will start in good field position at the 33 with 44.7 to play, trailing by 2.
44.7 in the third quarter.
Yeah, third quarter. Yeah.
Right. This game is going to
shaping up to be like the previous game, huh?
Yeah, if they keep doing this. The problem is Lexington Catholic missing those 2-point conversions. It just could come back and haunt them.
Now, Belfry will come up, and they put the back between the tight end and the tackle here on the left side. And a whistle and maybe illegal procedure against Belfry.
Maybe an offsides, too.
Nope, offsides against Catholic on the nose guard, I believe they're going to get.
Well, I tell you what, you know, Catholic is they're betting the bank that they're not going to throw the football. They've got 10 players within 4 yards of the line of scrimmage on that last play. One guy back about 5 or 6 yards of safety.
Now that's what Belfry does. They'll get you to creep up, get more men into the box, and eventually they will throw that pass.
Well, take a look at that, Darren.
It's there. They give it off to Smith, the left half. Breaks a tackle and squirts forward. Going to be called out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 3 from their own 42.
I don't know if they want to do it or not, but the little fullback fake throws a dump to the tight end. There's only a safety back there. He can't cover both sides, both tight ends.
And you have the 2 tight ends, plus you have that wing back, or as you got a kick out of one of the earlier games, I call him a booger back. Now they bring both tight ends tight. They give it off to Smith on that dive. He has the first down up near midfield. It'll be 1st and 10 Belfry at the 48. And
well, I tell you what, one thing Belfry does extremely well, one of the things that they do extremely well is they bring those backs that aren't running the football down
into the hole
to block. Wow.
And they'll bring them straight in the same hole that the play call goes to a lot of times.
They're collision blockers, too. They're not messing around.
Clock running. We're under 26 seconds to play in the third quarter. Belfry at their own 48, 1st and 10, trailing by 2 to Lexington Catholic 24-22. They pitch it back to Smith, sweeping wide left. He's going to be drugged down and from behind, and that is Smith. The tackle by Catholic, I believe that was number 25 for the Knights. And I'll have to search for that number as I hear the horn sound to signal the end of the third quarter. Coach, I don't have 25 for Catholic on the roster.
Well, that's who it was. Fourth
we
quarter.
head to the fourth quarter in another good one. 24 for the Knights of Catholic, 22 for the Belfry Pirates. Back with the final 8 minutes of regulation in Lexington on the PrepSpin Sports Network.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
We're back at Bryan Station High School for the final 8 minutes of regulation of the Division II semifinal game between Lexington Catholic and Belfry. And we're hooked up in another good one. They turn, give it off to Smith. Running left, breaks a tackle in the backfield and is dropped in Catholic territory at about the 47. It'll be 3rd and about 5 for Belfry at the Catholic 47.
Very, very satisfied with driving the football here.
Yeah, because of the running clock. Yeah, and it's not a running clock because of the score. It's just because of the running plays from Belfry.
Right.
But then Catholic stopped it on several occasions with incomplete passes.
Yeah, but they're completing most of their passes.
That's right. And then we're getting the ball set and we're taking off and running again.
Yeah.
Been a pretty quick game here. 3rd and about, we'll call it 6 for Belfry. They turn. They give it off to the fullback. Nope, option.
Option again.
Pitch it back.
Oh.
Got around the corner. No flag. And a first down for Belfry. I thought maybe a block in the back, or do we get one? Yep, we got one from the white cap.
Very
from the backside.
Clearly a block in the back. Very clearly. Yeah, obviously.
And again, Coach, we talked in an earlier game for a wideout. That's the easiest block to make. It's a stock block. All you're basically is going down to the cornerback or whoever's covering you, breaking down and letting him choose which direction he's going to be blocked in. So as soon as he chooses a side to go, as a receiver, you take him that way.
Yeah, when over at Lexington Christian, we were having problems with those guys, those receivers, blocking downfield. And Paul Raines just said, wait a minute, I've got him. And he took over the receivers on a blocking period every day for a week.
Right.
They were the best blockers the rest of the year and doing exactly as you said.
Well, 2 reasons. Number 1, Paul Raines is a great football coach. And 2, he leaned on that Marine Corps background he had.
Yeah, he's a big man.
They pitch it back to Smith, sweeping left, trying to find an alley. He has an alley, and it closes down pretty quickly. And then a blow delivered by a Catholic linebacker, and I think that was number 50, that right there in the middle, or is that 20? Looks like number 20 for me, Coach. Of course, we did find out who 25 is, Chase Blair, a moment ago. And, of course, now I can't find a number 20 on the Catholic roster.
Well,
21 is who it was, actually.
Yeah, 21.
And now I'm going to search for him. John Martin Sims. A big 4th down here.
Those penalties hurt you really bad.
For Belfry, and they're going to break the wishbone. They fake it. Mounts looking deep. He has a man open, throwing. Tipped away at the last minute.
Fantastic defensive play by Lexington Catholic. Again, that was one of those things where Mounts, he held the ball just a shade
too long. Just a hair too late,
he held it too long. Throw the ball when your receiver is just, getting open rather than waiting for him to get completely open.
He was looking deep for his tight end, Brad Lowe. And Mounts when he delivered the football?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, he slipped when he was getting ready. William Warfield was watching the replay, and he did slip a little bit.
Knocked away at the last minute by Jackson Corbett. His front foot, his plant foot.
Now, Lexington Catholic is not the ball control type of football team, so, there's still plenty of time, 6 minutes and 13 seconds.
They give it off to Haynes, running left. He cuts it back in and then gets drilled. Seth Mounts.
Yeah, Mr. Mounts is not happy. He's not happy because of that last play.
But I tell you what, that's how a linebacker is supposed to fill a hole.
Oh, absolutely.
Goodness gracious.
Lexington Catholic is just going to slow this thing down, let that clock run down.
As slow as a hurry-up or a no-huddle team can do.
Right, they'll just look at the coach. Coach is going to watch his watch, take a look at how the clock's counting down.
A gain of a yard for Haynes. Brownell takes the snap. Rolls right, looking for a man, has a man, throws. Nobody there.
Yeah, I think he was throwing for.
Is he looking for?
He's looking for number 5.
Yeah,
and
his favorite man. That is Klein. He was looking for him. Klein looked like he lost his footing. Now, it is synthetic turf. We haven't had any rain or anything, but it is getting later. We might have a little dew on that synthetic turf here at Bryan Station. 3rd and 9, a big defensive play in this one for Belfry, a big offensive play for Catholic with 5:32 to play in the 4th. Brownell looking, throws, and that thing went straight in the ground. I don't know if he was trying to pump fake it.
Yeah, he got
or what.
There was so much pressure on him. He was trying to throw off that back foot again.
I was watching the ball out of the hand. All I saw was take a quick nosedive.
Yeah, he was throwing off his back foot. There was pressure coming after him, and he couldn't get anything on the football.
Kind of looking like my drive off the golf tee. Immediately gets a little air, and then about 10 yards later, it's what they call a worm burner. 4th and 9 for Catholic at the Belfry 41. Brownell back to throw. Looking, throws out in the flat, dropped by number 2, Dylan Bracken, and the Belfry defense comes up big with a 3 and out, or 4 and out, I should say.
The Knights got themselves in trouble with 3 passes, 3 incompletions that stopped the clock. They really needed to run time off the clock. Belfry's offense is predicated on taking time and driving the ball. They needed to get this thing down to 3 minutes, but they didn't. They got it to 5:22. And that's plenty of time for the Pirates.
Well, I heard a great description of the Belfry offense at the varsity level. It is a ground and pound, but it is a demoralizing power-style running attack. Mounts gives it off to Smith. Actually, that is Webb who gets it up near midfield at the 49, a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
They used to use that term, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Well, there's no dust on artificial field. We'll say 3 yards in a cloud of that little rubber stuff.
That crumb rubber, crushed
rubber
tire is what is underneath
right.
This synthetic turf. Tell you what, if it gives you a deluge of rain and it's standing and you can't see the field about an hour later, you never know it's there. Mounts gives it off to the fullback, and I think Mounts wanted to pull it. And 75 for the Knights. Actually, Pierce Hall was in there. I saw 75, Bernie Sams.
That was excellent
in there as
defensive play.
So a loss of 3, 3rd and 5 with 4.5 to play in the 4th quarter. Belfry and Catholic in a 2-point contest. Knights lead 24-22.
Belfry huddling, 12 yards back from the line of scrimmage, taking their time getting up.
They're going to call timeout. We actually have a timeout by Lexington Catholic. Nope. We have I
don't know what we have.
Officials timeout. Looks like one of the Knights may have a little blood on his jersey, maybe.
Yeah, the coaches came out on the field, so they're...
Blood on his elbow. They're going to... No, I think his laces on his shoulder pads may have broken. They're replacing that real quick, it looks like. No, he's got blood on his jersey. That's what they're doing. They're cleaning up that blood on the front of his jersey.
Send him to the sideline real quick.
Now that is Perry that has a little blood on that white jersey. And it'll be third. Actually, it's closer to 4. A really long 4. Coach me in here with 4:14 to play in the fourth quarter. And I don't think this ball game by any stretch of the imagination is over.
No. Clock is wild.
Either way.
It's down to 4:11, and
the clock rolling.
This is really a battle here.
We've had the best 2 games we saved for last, folks. Glad you joined us. They pitch it back to the fullback, and he's dropped in the backfield.
Yeah, they've got away from their game plan a little bit. They're trying to run sweeps.
Yeah, that was a fullback sweep. A very unusual play to Coleman, the fullback, out of the wishbone formation. You know what we haven't seen out of Belfry? We see it at that varsity level some. When they start running that lead option and some of those toss sweeps to the halfbacks out of the wishbone, we haven't seen a fake to the toss sweep and the bootleg to the quarterback running away from all the action going the other way.
Right, or the fake, and again, the dump to one of the tight ends.
Yeah, and they had a tight end. 4th and 7. 70 was the guy on the tackle. We'll give you his name here in a minute. They option. They run it this way. Webb with room around the right side. He cuts it back in, gets the first down inside Catholic territory at the 39. Now, Webb has deceptive speed. He's more of an upright runner, and he doesn't look like he's covering a lot of ground, but he's got some long legs, so he's chewing up some yardage.
The most excitement I've seen tonight is the ball boys for
Belfry here on the near side. Well, they've been bouncing up and down. Michael Pitts was the guy a moment ago who made the big play for Catholic. Unfortunately, the Knights couldn't force a takeaway on downs. And
these 2 ball guys are just hilarious. I mean, they're just they're
they got more energy than we do, don't they?
They got a lot of Mountain Dew in them or something, because they are really going to town over there.
2:53. This is Belfry football to chew up time, and in the process, hopefully get the go-ahead score. And a whistle and a timeout, delay of game. A 5-yard penalty.
One more time, Darren.
Yeah, buddy. The sponsors, our corporate sponsor along the PrepSpin network, White, Greer, and Maggard, Bluegrass Orthodontics, Mingy Beef Jerky. I said did I say orthodontics? Orthopedics. I mean, it's been a long night there. Sorry, Bluegrass Orthopedics, UK Sports Medicine, Crown Trophy, and Whitaker Bank.
And Mingy Beef Jerky.
And I did say Mingy Beef Jerky, but I got the Bluegrass Orthopedics wrong. They gave to Spears on that dive play from the left halfback spot. He got back the original. Well, actually, he got 3 of the penalty yards back. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this football game.
And Belfry in no hurry.
24-22 in favor of Lexington Catholic.
And they're going to call timeout. So Belfry real quickly will use one of their 3 timeouts with 2:21 to play.
Anybody in the ball game right now?
Except for this young man down here below us.
Yeah.
He tried, but he conked out.
Yep. Yeah, little boy falling asleep.
Yep.
All right, what we have is an offensive football team that does not like to open up and throw the football. They like to drive the football. They are 40 yards away from the end zone with 2 minutes and 21 seconds to go. But they do have 2 timeouts left.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can figure out a way to get a couple first downs here and then play for the last 30 seconds of the game, put the game away if possible, keep Lexington Catholic from getting the football for that one last gasp, one last try.
And if they do score and let Catholic have that last gasp, they've got to play defense, and you would see everybody drop in coverage, probably rush 3, drop 8, keep everything in front of them.
Yeah, that would
first things first. The Pirates have to score. They turn, give it off to Spears. That's actually Webb. He'll get inside the original down marker, and it'll be 3rd and about 8, maybe 7, depending on whether they mark the football. They're going to mark it at the 38. So it'll be 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9, and they are really, really getting into that playbook, trying to find some way. Now, they've been very successful running the option there.
Mm-hmm. They've also been just with that power sweep. Here they come. Mounts cuts it back inside. He'll get inside the 35 to about the 34, maybe the 33.
One of the problems, Darren, with running the belly option toward the short side of the field is your pitch is not much of a threat.
Yep, limits your space, but Mounts did a nice job. It's now 4th and 5. This could be the ball game right here.
Could very well be the ball game. If Lexington Catholic wouldn't have had those incomplete passes, this game might have been over right now.
1:15, clock running. Belfry to the line of scrimmage. Catholic with 10 men in the box. Within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. They give it off to Spears. Breaks a tackle, not going to do it. Stopped at the 35, and Lexington Catholic is close.
You just don't have the playbook when you run this type of offense to make up for 3rd and 5s, 4th and 5s when the team you're playing has diagnosed your plays. Again, it's tough. It's just really, really hard. Again, spread teams, they get in trouble down around the goal line when they don't have that big power backer, that blocking fullback. So teams like Belfry have the advantage inside the 10. Lexington Catholic, they have the advantage holding the team when they're in the middle of the field.
With a minute exactly, Belfry with 2 timeouts can use them on defense. Catholic's got to get a first down.
They got to hold on to football. That's the first thing.
And now that running game for Catholic going to be tested a little bit. Number 1 for holding on to the football, and number 2, they've got to get at least that first down to really ice this thing away.
Right. The clock hasn't started. It won't start until the snap of the ball.
1 minute exactly. Brownell under center, turns, gives it off to Haynes, and boy, he's carrying that football a little loose there, Coach.
Yeah, he needs to put 2 hands on that football, lock that up with both arms, put as much surface area of his body on the ball.
A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Lexington Catholic.
54 seconds.
Timeout Belfry, down to 1 timeout. And again, we talk about Haynes. He's going to be the guy probably getting the football on the ground for the Knights. He's got to be ball security, and that's, I don't care what he's got to do. Maybe a double skin, put both arms on the football.
Oh, absolutely,
period.
Absolutely. That's the most important thing. And let that clock run out. Just go ahead and then get the football, or put your how many timeouts does Belfry have?
Belfry's got 1 left.
1. Well, force them to take that timeout. It's only 2nd down. Take the ball, quarterback, from the shotgun or under center, and just run it to the sideline. Run to the sideline. Fall down before you get out of bounds. Take 5 seconds off that clock. Take that last timeout.
2nd down, 7 for Catholic. They turn, give it off to Haynes, looking for room. Doesn't have it. He's dropped for a loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd and long with 48.7 to play. Now, Catholic can run 2 plays, and Belfry cannot stop the clock after the 3rd down play.
Right. That's right. If they run this play here, take 5 seconds on the running play, let the clock go. They have 25 seconds, right?
Correct. That's from the placement of the football.
30, and then the 4th down is going to be a problem. So, do you want to? Well, boy, I'll tell you what. I'm telling you, it comes down to, I hate to go back and say it again, Darren, but those incomplete passes on that last drive where they stopped the clock 3 times. If they would have just run the football then and let that clock run out, this game would have been over a minute ago.
And then, of course, you think about the near miss for Belfry. They ran the tight end right down the seam, and they just overthrew him.
Yeah.
That could have been 6.
Yeah, hindsight's
wow.
Hindsight's easy, but again, these 2 teams are battling, and they've been.
These last 2 games of the night, Coach, have probably been the best 2 of the weekend. Brownell gives it to Perry, running right, still running right. He's got to stay in bounds, and he doesn't do it. They run him out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a big mistake too. If he'd just go ahead and run and fall down out there and let that clock run,
or even slide.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if he's not going to turn the corner.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake.
And that brings up 4th down. Now, if you're Catholic, though, you've got to punt the football and play a little field position. But you also now, 2 things have to happen. You have to get a good snap, and then you got to cover.
Yeah, you have to have a good punt here.
And Smith is back deep for Belfry.
Yeah, you got to have a good punt. It's really difficult for.
A bad snap. Haynes is in trouble.
He needs to punt it.
He's not going to get the first down, and with 34.4 to play, Belfry has it at the Catholic. Is that the 28 or 27? No timeouts for Belfry now.
Yeah, this is Lexington Catholic gave them a little gift there on that series.
Yeah,
and
bad snap, but we've seen that all day long in the punt game. We've seen low snaps, high snaps, snaps to the right, to the left.
It really was a bad series for Lexington Catholic.
Well, Coach, we have talked about this at every level, college level, pro level, bad clock management by people that have opportunities to win the ball game. Belfry.
A lot of pressure.
They'll run that dive play to the fullback. They got to get down and get to the line of scrimmage. 28 seconds and the clock running. A gain of 5.
They need to try to get out of bounds on some of those plays.
Mounts trying to get them set. He does.
18 seconds.
Snaps the ball and clocks it, so they'll have 2 more plays.
16 seconds.
16 seconds exactly, and you might see that belly to the fullback and maybe sneak the tight end out on that seam route again, Coach.
Absolutely. There's so many things they can do. But again, they have a limited playbook here.
Yeah, pretty good time management, though. Mounts got his team to the line of scrimmage for a team that's not accustomed to doing that.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Because they like to take a lot of time off the ball.
Yeah.
Could she be the hit? Could she? That's a really long field goal. But we did see one attempt. Well, we're going to see one attempt in a game earlier.
Right.
And a bad snap caused that, but led actually to a touchdown for Bowling Green. It might.
Lexington Catholic varsity last night, it came down to a field goal. They won it on a 27-yard field goal, I think.
16 seconds to play. Belfry breaks the wishbone. They turn, fake it. Mounts looking for this tight end. He has him across the middle. Intercepted at the 5 for Lexington Catholic. He underthrew him. He had him, and he underthrew him.
My goodness gracious. Yeah, the first time they try to throw the ball, coaches are pretty upset over here. You have no reason to be out. Don't throw your helmet. You have no reason to be upset at your football team. Your football team
Both teams played extremely well.
Yes. Again, you're a team that doesn't like to pass. You don't practice passing very often. You get in a situation where you're forced to, and it's a tough thing.
Now, if you're Lexington Catholic, though, you got to be careful because it's actually inside the 5. It's at the 3. And Brownell has to be very careful where he takes his knee in victory formation.
Well, you really can't even do that. Just got to run a quarterback sneak.
Belfry thought that took a one-hop, that pass.
Yeah, I don't know if it did or not.
I couldn't tell. Could you see it on camera? Couldn't see it either.
Just run the quarterback sneak. You don't want a safety here.
And he's going to go straight down. Great coaching, and we have the clock stop, and it's going to continue to run. And Lexington Catholic, in an exciting finish to this one, knocks off Belfry for the second time this season here in Lexington by a score of 24-22. And Coach Mike Meehan, we had 2 humdingers right at the end of this one today.
Back-to-back games. Congratulations to both of these football teams. They just fought all the way through. A clean game, no problems. Just a tremendous a battle of philosophies, basically, is what it was.
Contrasting styles.
Yeah, and it could have gone either way. So both contrasting styles were successful. A lot of good hitting. A good football game.
Good tackling.
Yeah.
Pretty much throughout the day, too, Coach, from a lot of teams. Well, the 4 finals are set. We'll give them to you real quick. We'll kick it off at noon with the Division III 8th grade championship game, Owensboro Catholic and New Harlan. And that one, the 7th grade championship follows that around 2 o'clock. South Warren and Northern Pulaski. The Division I 8th grade championship around 4 o'clock. Scheduled kickoff, Bowling Green and Newburgh. That one could be very entertaining. And then the nightcap. This one could be just as entertaining as the 2 semifinal games in the division. 8th grade Division II state championship, Lexington Catholic and TK Stone. Well, Coach, you sat through 8 football games through the Saturday. What did you think for your first time?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed working with you guys, and I enjoyed the football games. These kids play hard, and these coaches work hard. Fantastic.
Saw some great football today. The last 2, probably the best of the entire day of football, though we did see some really good games.
That's the first time in 5 years Belfry's lost.
First time in 5 years that Belfry has lost here in this particular tournament. They've always made it to the championship and won them all, correct? So 4 championships in a row or 5? 4 in a row. It ends at 4. Yep. But I tell you what, the Pirates of Belfry have nothing to be ashamed of. They left it all on the line, had a chance there at the end. He had him open, just underthrew him.
Absolutely.
And Lexington Catholic scratched and clawed, tried to give it away a couple of times, able to come away with the victory. So our final time for the sponsors here, White, Greer, and Maggard, our title sponsor along the PrepSpin Sports Network. Bluegrass Orthopedics, All Sports, Mingy Beef Jerky, UK Sports Medicine, Crown Trophy, and Whitaker Bank. Thanks to everybody who watched. If you watched every game, great. If you didn't, whatever game you watched, give us a shout out on our Facebook page on PrepSpin to let William know how you enjoyed the broadcast and things like that. So for Coach Mike Meehan on color, William Moorfield, our producer and director, and Big Joe Allen upstairs running the camera. Darren Douglas saying we'll see you tomorrow beginning at noon with the 8th grade Division III state championship in Lexington. So long, everybody.